this is where, let's say, for example, you went out and somebody said they placed a value of $425 on doing the initial assessment, which I would think would be a little bit high, but okay. All right, but that's what they did. And then they went out and they gave them a report. Maybe they charged $500,000 to get the report. It's possible. I think it's probably a little high, but okay, right? Maybe 995 may be better, whatever. Whatever, just throwing numbers out. Okay? Let's say they go out and they go through the SMART process with people. All right. Well, that SMART process, that's executive consulting right there. That's managerial consulting or executive consulting work right there. Maybe that's a $1,500 sit down with those players. You know, that's still pretty small money in the grand scheme of having a major account and having spent all this time. Where you're really going to have, if you're a green team champion, where you're really going to start to make a difference within your organization, and if you're a green consultant, where you're really going to start to make a difference and make some money, is in the area of green change implementation assistance. And it's the scariest area to be involved in as a person, because we're all just human beings, and we're not all experts, you know, me included. We're not all experts on all the green office supplies out there, or all the electrical stuff that goes into energy use, consumption, insulation, all that stuff. Okay, so part of it, what we did with the document, is try and make it a little bit simpler for people in terms of our environmental process implementation cheat sheet or EPIC stuff. I want to make it a little simpler for people, but, you know, we're not that fantastic ourselves, okay? We don't know all of this stuff. There's no way across such a big, wide range of different things that anybody's going to be the grandmaster of all of it unless they spent 95% of their time trying to be sharp on all this stuff. And then they did 5% of the time actually trying to make a living. I mean, I don't think anybody's out there trying to do that. So, the big draw, the way that empowers everybody to do all of this, is that you're not doing it alone. You know, one of the greatest challenges, and we kind of go by the unit objectives, and I thought this through before. We want these folks to understand some of the major and minor challenges with actualizing green change. Okay, you got major challenges. Okay, let's use the example from the last course where we're talking about changing out the lighting. If you don't have a degree, if you don't have a degree in electrical engineering, or you don't have a background in electrical work, if you aren't a union electrician or whatever, a certified electrician, you might not know how to change all that stuff out. And, that's a major hurdle. Minor hurdle might be they might be lacking internal resources to do it themselves at their company. So minor one, maybe you got a way to get around that by having an electrical contractor come in to help. That's part of the thing. You're going to address your challenges, your major challenges with getting this stuff done, not yourself, usually. You got to build out a network of people that are going to give you a rebate structure back, or a straight-up commission structure up front for the work that you did. And I suggest a rebate structure because that gives you the ability to go out and get 2 or 3 contractors in the space and work out the same deal with all 3 of them, as opposed to a commission structure where they might say, hey, you only sell us and you don't sell anybody else. I don't like my salespeople doing that. You maintain your own corporate entity, and then you work out those rebates. But, and there's real examples there that everybody can see to say, I'm not going to have the expertise to do this. Companies aren't going to have the expertise, to want to jump out and say, hey, let's change out our office supply company. They've got to put in all those new product codes into their computers for the ordering and all of that. That can't all fall on your back, and sometimes it can't all fall on their back. You got to figure out where the workload falls. Are you going to have to bring in an outside person? Hopefully, you have that network built out. So that's something that folks need to be cued into. There's a big importance in having the highly informed green change consultant help at this part of the process. Chances are you're going to know the vendors better to make this stuff happen. You're going to know the material sources of expertise a little bit better than your clients are, or a highly informed internal team leader knowing this stuff. It's important to have that person as the catalyst to make all these things happen, because nobody wants to keep their foot to the fire on their green change project more than you do. If you're a green change consultant, you've got your finances tied to this and you want them to do it, so you've got to be that green influence. If you're the person in the internal green team and you want to spend some of your time actually doing this as part of what your job is, you've got to be a little bit ahead of the curve than everybody else. So you got to read up and you got to keep it up, and act as that seeing eye guide for the organization in doing it, and really be a little bit ahead of them, but not the expert. You got to be, we all got a little bit of humility to build into the process of putting green change into reality.